Today we're going to be taking a look at how to configure our NetSuite credentials to be used within SnapLogic. A credential is actually represented as an account within SnapLogic, and you can actually create it in two main ways. First is by simply dragging and dropping over the application or database endpoint Snap you want to connect to onto the canvas, and the system will prompt you to create or select an existing account. Or you can use the manager to create an account in a specific subfolder, perhaps in the share folder, to be used to share as a common endpoint to be used across all your teammates. But in this example today, we're just taking a look at how to create the credentials by simply using the designer. If I drag and drop a NetSuite Snap onto the canvas, the system is going to prompt you into selecting an existing or pre-configured account. Select one if you already have one, otherwise hit create a new account to create a new one. We're going to be using the NetSuite token account since NetSuite has updated their security and authentication method, and they're now going towards more of a OAuth 2 approach. From here, we just need to populate these fields. We'll go ahead and populate it, and then we'll discuss what each field will mean for us. Okay, so I have all of the fields populated according to our specification, and according to the token ID and account ID, as well as token secrets that my NetSuite admin has provided to me. From the top, providing it with the account name and label. It's always a good idea to indicate, which endpoint are we dealing with and whose account is it. There's also a concept of specifying the version of the WSDL that we're interfacing with at the NetSuite site. Here I just specified a generic version that I know will work with our end system. The custom WSDL URL and domain should be unique to you guys. Otherwise, this is the generic domain that we typically use. The account ID is unique to each individual customer. And then the token ID and secret are actually values generated within NetSuite. An account admin should be creating a custom app that caters specifically towards SnapLogic. And this is really the concept of OAuth, where we'll be using the ID and secret to negotiate an authorization token from the NetSuite endpoint. So once all these values are populated, hitting the validate button will prompt SnapLogic to make a connection into the endpoint. And if NetSuite allows and sees the credential being valid, you'll see that account validation icon popping up on the top. As always, if you run into any issues configuring this, feel free to contact our support team, as well as referring to our online documentation, and also try our community site as well. Thank you.